Okay, well, let's see how this actually works. Hello! Hello, it's Scott Manley doing a live stream because I've taken care of the kids for a little while, and, you know, it's just one of the... Oh, pardon me. Oh, dear, yes. Beer. Yeah, I just, you know, figured that I'll want to give you guys a bit of a live stream. Getting close to the magic 200,000 users, subscribers. That'll be an interesting thing to see if that actually happens. And I was going to play... Hello, Sky.
Hello.
Hello. Well, tell me if people are talking. This is where they'll be talking, by the way, right? Although they will be lagging behind me, obviously. So yeah, we're gonna play some Kerbal Space Program. You know what? Yes, I should actually play Kerbal Space Program. You know what? Actually, I should probably tweet this stuff out as well, right? Maybe I should tweet this... Oh, never mind. I'm just gonna say... Oh, hey. Guess who's live? Hello. Hello, we got the skills. So I'm gonna play something really dumb. I mean, I just figured that today I just want to muck around, and what I thought I'd do is I'd set myself the challenge of putting... There's Sky there. Say hi.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, I thought I'd set myself the challenge of sending a spacecraft into orbit by only hitting the space bar, right? That's the magic trick. So, no throttle, nothing else. So we have to come up with a way of putting a spacecraft into orbit with nothing more than the power of the space bar. So let's start out with some probes and see what happens. Actually, let's not start with this one. Let's start with... Is it this one? Yeah, that's pretty good. We're going to probably build something that's entirely solid rocket boosters. I suppose part of the restrictions is I could allow things which are... I could allow, you know, throttle keys and other stuff. There's Sky running back and forth. She thinks she's being so smart. I want to try and do it without resorting to... cheating. What is cheating, you might ask? Without resorting to ASAS, right? That's what I'm really thinking. This is without FAR. This is the stock game that I'm going to be doing. And you guys, you think you're being so smart with your fake... So what did you guys get for Christmas?
I got a fairy.
You got a fairy?
Garden, and since it was from Scotland, well, it was ordered in Scotland, it said wee enchanted garden.
It said a wee enchanted garden.
I got
it's a wee enchanted garden,
I
is it?
got a whole library.
You got a whole library?
Just kidding.
You got a couple... What books did you get?
Iron Man and Spider-Man. I got World
Yes.
Records.
And you also got Fortunately the Milk by Neil Gaiman, remember?
Yeah. I got a world record book.
Yes, you did, didn't you? You're trying to watch my Christmas presents video. Did you like my Christmas presents? Did you, did any of you go out and buy what do you call it, an astrolabe based on my random, you know, suggestion? So this is my current plan. I'm gonna have this thing on the top, and it'll fly straight up, and then hopefully when it reaches the apps or whatever, we'll be able to jettison stuff and fire the rest of the rocket. Actually, let's do this. Let's stick this here, and then underneath we will have another decoupler purr, larger one. I'm not sure if this will get high enough. That's the thing. So it's gonna shoot this thing straight up, and then hopefully that will be enough to keep it straight all the way up. So I'm gonna do like 4 wings here. Oh, wait a second, it's confused. That's really good. Okay, you know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to cheat here, right? Or I'm going to have to convince it that this is hooked up the right way. So, no, that's not the button. There, stick this back on top. And now my symmetry will be working correctly. So we'll actually have real symmetry here. Yes, Sky, that's very funny, I'm sure. There, just in case we need... You know what? I will put... Is there lighter wings on here? I'll put these wings on here instead. There we go. And now, what I do, of course, is I pop... Oh, no, that's not what I do. I pop this out, rotate it 90 degrees, and pop it on there. Oh, what an idiot! I'm being an idiot here. I'm really being an idiot here.
Got Pacific Rim.
You also got Pacific Rim, which is Orion's favourite movie now. Did any of you guys like Pacific Rim? Who likes Pacific Rim out there?
Raise your hand if you like Hotel Transylvania.
Yes, I'm not going to cheat. I'm going to have to... I'm not cheating. And what I'm meaning is I'm going to have to convince it of some capabilities that I don't necessarily have. Okay, let's try this. Let's see what happens. Do you think this will go up? Well, let's toast this launch. This is the Sneak Attack, featuring a bare-chested George Washington. This is 21st Amendment's seasonal ale. Pacific Rim, yeah. Pacific Rim was amazing unless you thought it was about being realistic. Oh, look at all the previous failed launches. Let's see what happens here. We're going into orbit without pushing any keys. So I'm not pushing any buttons, right? Oh, and I hit SAS. I shouldn't have done that. That's cheating, actually. You grew up watching Mazinger Z and Kotetsu Jig. Of course I have no idea what those are, but that sounds awesome, I have to say. Giant fight. The Last Mimsy. Sky's favorite movie is The Last Mimsy. Now, can you explain The Last Mimsy?
The Last Mimsy is a movie where there's this bunny who's the last bunny, and her name's Mimsy. She can talk, and basically she has to get sent back to the future, and it's really... It has a lot of future stuff, and the Earth is dying.
Yes. No, this is, no, Schmettering, this is the same channel that I've always had. So the Last Mimsy story goes, like, it's 1,000 years in the future, and Earth is polluted, it's dying, and there's a mad scientist, and he has this great plan. What he wants to do is send a device back in time to get an essence, like, innocence from the past, so that the innocence can be used to build a better world. So he sends this thing back, and he sends lots of them. They're called Mimsies. The Last Mimsy, interestingly enough, is, of course, the subject of the movie in question. Okay, this thing is spinning. And what it is a bunny rabbit. Let's just fire this and see what happens. This is not going to go into orbit by any means at all.
Pacific Rim again?
There's a few people that like Pacific Rim. Okay, so I'm going to need a bigger rocket, I think. But yeah, so this, nanotechnology plushy bunny rabbit teaches, it gets the awesomeness from the children get superpowers.
And this is Pacific Rim on
and maybe I should have no, but I want to only push the space bar. Okay, so, well, we got into an escape orbit. Well, that's so much for that one. Let's go back to the space center. Get into orbit without pushing it. You might as well just be there and not do anything, and I'd still watch your stream. Okay, let's try that again. Okay. Okay, so I could probably cheat and put ASAS on. Let's put ASAS on and just see if this will work, right? It probably won't work. I'm gonna put that on. Oh, no, come back! Oh, darn it! What are you doing, Sky? What are you doing?
This is your new Christmas present.
That's my new Christmas present. Why, thank you. I really appreciate my new Christmas present.
And you have no use for it because you don't have any hair.
I don't, yes. She's giving me a hair clip. Oh, man, this is annoying again. Every time I do this, I have to take this off and rotate it back so I get the symmetry groups correct. So if I'm going to make this bigger, I'm going to have to do that. So we'll stick some of these on here. This is without ferrum. I think ferrum would make this even harder. Here we go. 4 rockets around here. Those will be my first stage. Then second. Yes, technically, if you jump off the ground, the moment that you are in the air, that is an orbit. But that's really not what people think when they think of being in orbit. Okay, let's try this again. So we have this, this, and this. Let's see how that works. Let's call this easy orbiter. So I'm going to push T for stability and see if this actually even has the thrust. Have you seen The Right? Of course I've seen The Right Stuff. The Right Stuff is one of the best movies about the space program ever made, and if you haven't seen The Right Stuff and you play Kerbal Space Program, you absolutely have to go and see The Right Stuff. It's probably on Netflix for free, actually. It's one of those ones that's a pretty old movie now. It's actually adapted from Tom Wolfe's book. Okay, let's see how we go. And it follows, essentially, the Mercury astronauts, who were the first, the Mercury 7. And it's like, equally funny and tragic. It also has Chuck Yeager in it, and some other cool stuff.
Well, the Yeagers from Pacific Rim?
Uh-huh. What about the Jaegers from Pacific Rim? This one's easier because I've got the SAS firing. A detailed remote tech too. Maybe. Sean, I've seen Earth to the Moon as well. That's pretty good. It's worthwhile certainly seeing if you have not seen it. Oh, The Right Stuff? Yeah, I'm not... Is it legally on YouTube for free? I mean, yeah, with a name like Warex, I have to say that looks a bit like Wares. And I'm not entirely convinced that, you should... Anyway, yeah, Right Stuff is definitely worth seeing. So is From the Earth to the Moon. Apollo 13, Gravity. Any other good space program movies? Well, Apollo 13 and Gravity are pretty worth seeing. Forget about Apollo 18. That's... bleh. I like 2001 and 2010 just for more or less, space stuff, space technology porn. It's just really good looking space tech. I know Off the Mighty Ducks, I don't believe I have ever seen it. Your kids seen me fly to the moon. I have not had any problems during the Content ID disaster, but if you saw my video, I made a video explaining the situation, and it's probably worth checking out. What? The best space movie, huh? Armageddon. I'm not convinced by that. I think I might be going too high and fast now. Okay. So let's get out of the atmosphere. I wonder how high I'm going to go. I'm going to go... Oh, actually, this might be okay. This might be what we're asking for. Once we're up high enough, I will accelerate. Red Planet is a terrible movie with dubious science and very few merits, let's say. Okay, this thing is just, like, stuck on me here. I'm not sure I like the way that's just hanging around. Hanging around. Oh, cannot throttle... why am I throttle up? Okay, let's do a time warp. Because we want to at least run some time warp. The moon, fly me to the moon. Okay, we're getting close. We've got to slow down. We're going to hit this once we get very close to our apoapse. Once we get below maybe 100 meters per second, I guess. When you get the cargo bays... I got the cargo bays from the B9 pack. Okay. There we go. Second firing. Leaving the rest of the rocket behind to fall back to the Earth. Back to the planet Kerbal. Oh, Forbidden Planet is classic. Yeah, I have Forbidden Planet on DVD. I've not managed to get the kids to watch it because they think it's too scary, but it's one of my favourite movies as a kid, I'll say. Sky is spelt with an E, incidentally, S-K-Y-E. You know what? I think this might be an escape orbit. Oops. Okay, so I think I overdid it. Oops. Well, that's another orbit as well. I need more mass, right? Okay, so let's revert flight to vehicle assembly. So how can I need to make this spacecraft heavier. That's one... Pandorum I have not seen. It looked like garbage, so I just felt no desire to actually watch it. Okay. So I guess if I turn this the right way... Oh, you know what? Oh, of course! Of course! Ha! Just change my solid fuel. Genius! Genius! Aha! 0.23 to the rescue.
But you didn't notice that
I didn't notice that until then. That should be about right. Let's save this. Let's see if this works. Oh, you could tweak the thrust as well. Yes, I'm looking forward to Hogmanay because Hogmanay is my birthday. I have a birthday on December 31st. It's very convenient.
And if you switch the numbers around, it's my birthday.
Oh, don't tell them that, or Sky. Don't tell them Was Pandorum really scientific in the way that Solaris was really scientific? Solaris is a classic movie you should see. Not the George Clooney version, although it looks fabulous and is really interesting and directed, but it's actually really slow and dull as dishwater. But the Andrei Tarkovsky's Solaris, that's like the Russian version of 2001. It's a really good hard science fiction kind of... Well, it's not hard science fiction, but it's a good... What did I think of Star Trek Into Darkness? Look, obviously they wanted to remake the best Trek movie. And I'll tell you, I liked Into Darkness every time Benedict Cumberbatch was on screen, because he acted everyone else off the screen. Benedict Cumberbatch in that movie is so awesome. You know how when he says he's better than you at everything? Like, he was not lying. Benedict Cumberbatch was better than everyone in that movie at acting, at kicking butt, like, seriously. I just thought the rest of the movie was kind of weak. But every time he was on, especially, like, he turns up and he's, like, kicking Klingon ass, like, that is an amazing part of that movie. I just so loved him in that movie. But yeah, not my favourite movie of the year. I thought Gravity was great. I thought Pacific Rim, I loved that. Obviously, Desolation of Smog, again, Benedict Cumberbatch being awesome. Who else? I'm trying to think other great movies of the year. I never saw Kick-Ass 2, and I loved Kick-Ass 1, but I then heard that it wasn't as good as Kick-Ass 1, so I don't know. What mods do I use in Interstellar Mission? Okay, Ultimate Random Banana. I use B9 KW Rocketry. I use Infernal Robotics, Ferrum Aerospace, Interstellar, Remote Tech, TAC Life Support. What else? I was using the F Science, which is probably going to go away in the next one. I'm probably going to add Kerbal Attachment System. Not sure what else. I've never seen Planet ES. The beer that we are on today is the 21st Amendment Sneak Attack, showing a bare-chested George Washington crossing... I guess he's crossing... What's the river? Is it crossing the Delaware or something? I don't actually know my American history particularly well. It's a farmhouse ale brewed with cardamom. 21st Amendment are a brewery in San Francisco, and they're rather marvelous. Oh, you know what? I need to fire this in a minute. We're obviously going to go a little higher because the rocket has less mass to push. Magnet plus Infernal Robotics. I'm not sure about that, but I'll find out. Did George Washington cross the Delaware? See, I'm a Brit. I don't actually know. Listen, I live in California. We get so much beer. Like, we have an insane variety of beers. T-shirt is Andy Warhol Stormtroopers. You might be able to catch a glimpse of this. I'll stand up. Hold on. Andy Warhol Stormtrooper collection. As done by Mark Echo, who does cool Star Wars t-shirts as well, because he's a nerd like me. Okay, let's fire this engine and see where we go. Ever managed to find Hertogian beer? No, I haven't. I'll take a look for that. Thank you for the advice. Okay, how are we going to do here? This thing is going just fine. And we're shooting off into infinity again. We're going to go to infinity now! No, okay. Okay, Space Center one more time. Slightly less fuel. Nerds for the win! Yes, nerds are awesome. In many, many levels. So, beer in the US had a terrible reputation for many years because they were still coming off Prohibition, and pretty much to get a license to brew beer, you had to make rubbish beer. And that has since changed. Is there any chance I could do a video about Lagrange Points? Sure, I kind of did a video about Lagrange Points in using Space Engine. Not Space Engine. Using, what's that thing? Universe Sandbox. Universe Sandbox. I did a bit about Lagrange Points, talking about them. Sure. Yes. Oh, Sierra Nevada. Yeah, Sierra Nevada is a local beer, essentially. It's made very close to San Francisco. I'm glad. Sierra Nevada is a marvelous IPA. But yeah, there's a lot of breweries around here. There's 21st Amendment, Linden Street, Drake's, Anchor Steam, or Anchor Brewing. God, there's quite a few more. And, yeah, there's a ton up north. There's, like, Rogue. There's... I'm going to let this slow down a little, because I don't want to go so fast into space, because I'm going to end up too high if I do that. Lagrange Points. Okay, Lagrange Points are stable positions in a... Pardon me, there's flies flying around here. What the deuce? Where are the fruit flies coming from? Has somebody been throwing a banana out? Did you leave a banana somewhere?
I think it was Orion because I smelled banana on him.
Yes. Oh, yeah. What did they say? Time flies like an arrow, fruit flies like a banana. Yes, 60 symbols does a good one. But yeah, if you have two objects orbiting each other, right? Two massive objects, then there are 5 stable positions where the gravity and the rotation cancel out. See, you can solve two things orbiting each other exactly, right? If they're two massive bodies. But adding a third one gets you into stuff that you can't model, right? But it turns out there are some exact solutions that you can actually model, and 5 of those are Lagrange points. Those are... There's 2 that are in triangular positions, and then there's 3 that are in line. Now, the 3 that are in line are unstable. If the massless particle moves away from those, it will wander off and never come back. Whereas the 2 Lagrange points that are in the equilateral triangle position, they can go anywhere, so they are fine. They are stable, so they tend to get pushed back. The stream doesn't work, but the ad does. I'm sorry about that. Not my decision. Okay, we're going to go up and hopefully get into an orbit this time. Yes. God, it's full of alcohol percentage, average 5... What are you saying? KSP, yeah, you know what? So doing multi-body physics is actually quite complicated. Now, it's not that CPUs cannot handle it, because, 15 years ago, I would write n-body integrators that would handle thousands of bodies and run at thousands of times normal speed. The problem is, to do it efficiently within the game universe is complicated. Okay, are we going to get into orbit this time? Bring it up! And... oh no, we're going to go off to infinity again! No! I can't believe we're infinity! Jeez! Not good. Okay, it's stable but slow compared to most people. Okay, yes, the Astrolab was pretty awesome, and you should go and buy those. Okay, so I'm going to take some fuel off my first stage now. Maybe if I ditch my... maybe if I make my first stage a little less powerful. How about this one? How about if I take some fuel out of this? Yeah, let's do that. Save launch. In Poland, we have very good regional beers. Yes. Well, anyway, California makes more beer than almost any place in the US now. Like, in terms of, microbrews, we're very much big fans of good beer. I know, I'm doing this far too efficiently, haven't I? Look at Sky, she's doing Movember, she's got herself a moustache. That's very funny, huh? Sky, you're such a superstar. What did you get for Christmas that you really liked? My
figure skates.
Oh, yeah. Why are we talking about beer? Why aren't we talking about beer? Because I like beer. I love beer. Beer is marvelous. Beer is one of the great drinks. I mean, a lot of people are wine snobs, right? They talk about the vintage and the nose and all that. Here's the secret, right? All those people that spend lots of money on wine and they do the wine tours and stuff. Wine is something you can make by accident. Right? Wine is like you have some grape juice and you leave it and it gets skunky and has some yeast and ferments, right? Beer requires planning. You don't accidentally make beer because it requires so many steps to actually make it. Now, you might accidentally make beer if you say let your grains get wet and then put them in a bottle and seriously, It doesn't happen. Beer is truly a craftsman creation, right? You have to think about what you're doing. Just like whiskey. Wine, as marvelous as wine is, I love wine, but yeah. It's not... It's not as good as beer, let's say. California wine, yeah, California wine is pretty well known. It's exceptionally good. Oh, Chilean wine, huh? By adding L1 to stat. Yes, you could. So here's the thing: as soon as you have a potential, so they could approximate Lagrange points. The problem is they still couldn't solve for it. That's the thing. Now, Iron Brew. I have not had Iron Brew in a long time. Okay, here we go. We'll just time accelerate. Maybe this one will make it into orbit. 10 times time acceleration. You always take the trick. Cider! Oh, cider is also something you can make by accident, therefore doesn't have the finesse that beer does. I'm sorry. As much as cider may be nice for children that are still learning to... still learning to accept the flavor of alcoholic beverages. Cider is something that you can make by accident rather than design. Iron Brew, made in Scotland from girders. That was the commercial, right? Come on, don't go too far. Oh, yes, no, yes, no. This is so not cool. I am extremely disappointed with this. Yes, cider is yeah, my kids drink cider here. Because, you know what? Cider's non-alcoholic in the US. You can get hard cider, right? There's a particular variety called Newton's Folly, which comes from Trader Joe's. Okay, let's try that. Save. Launch. You're going now. Okay, ultimate random banana. I'm sorry. Too much fuel. Yes, too much... Yes, something else you can make by accident. You're absolutely right. Here in Chile, you can get a pretty decent wine. Hold on, I'm trying to... On a brick pack for $3. Banana out. Fly safe, banana. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be at your back. Yes. Yeah, Miller is, like making love in a canoe. And I can't say the punchline of that joke because Sky's here. Okay, never mind. Just look up Miller being like making love in a canoe. You'll get the joke. It's a pretty good joke. Place Sepatrons facing... Oh, that would be a good idea. But you know what? I'm just cutting the fuel back. That's the thing. Once we've done this, the next thing we're going to try doing at an angle, right? So, believe it or not, people have actually launched rockets with no guidance. The Japanese actually launched a satellite into orbit using a rocket that essentially had no guidance. It just started at an angle and kind of arced over at exactly the right rate. You know what? The first stage is actually doing pretty well. Okay, here we go. You think I'm gonna escape, Berg? Okay. Well, you may be correct. You might actually win something here. I should probably hand out some gifts or something, shouldn't I? If I remove some fuel from the top stage, it becomes unbalanced. Actually, I don't think it does. I think the balance is mostly because I'm terrible at keeping things straight. Really? I have to say, I have had some Russian vodka. Yes, we try Belgian beer all the time. Belgian beer is a pretty common thing out here. Yeah, because I did some work for a company called Yandex. Topsy had a deal with Yandex a while back, and I did a lot of their search stuff. I learned all about the Russian language. I can't speak Russian, but I know about Russian grammar, can you believe, in computers, because I had to write some code to deal with Russian grammar. So actually, yeah, part of that was they, ended up sending a bottle of vodka home with one of their engineers. They kind of brought it over when they were talking to us. Okay, how are we doing here? Now we're going to go up to max apoaps. Still going at about 1 kilometer per second. What about Scotch? I've heard that. I should probably ask... what is it, Ed Lou about the Russian Soyuz thing. It'd be kind of funny. Topsy is now an Apple company, and I cannot talk about what I do, so don't ask me. Yeah, Topsy had deals with a bunch of people, and clearly we have some use that people actually like us for because we were acquired by Apple. How long are you going to start spam about this Harv person? Is Harv like on or something? Scotch. Vodka in Cyrillic. I prefer Scotch, yes. Okay, let's see now. Are we gonna get into orbit? Stop! Okay, you're right. We have too much fuel in this stage. I need to get even less fuel. This is so hard! I thought this would be easy! I was like, I'll just be mucking around and creating... like, half of my planning sessions I can't show you. I really should kind of do a lot of my planning on video, like, just stream it. Okay, I'm gonna cut my fuel back even more. That should be fine. Lunch. Would be... What did I say? About 28 to 3? You know what? Yes. Okay, you said nearwares. Yes, nearwares. Okay, you're right. Thank you. Well done. It's... Okay, so here's the thing. I said only pressing space, but right now I'm still pressing T. Although, maybe there's a way to activate ASAS by default. That would be kind of funny. The next trick is once I've done this to actually build something that looks more like a rocket, right? Call Harv before he gets to... Okay, Harv is on KSP TV, right? So here's the thing with the KSP TV, is they have schedules all planned out with, like, timetables and stuff, and I have no idea when I can do anything. My timetables are completely random. In fact, I'm supposed to be taking care of the kids. So, yeah, she's playing with her space balloons. That is a space balloon. What does a space balloon do, Sky? Yes, it flew around like a rocket, yeah. They're building rockets out of balloons. Yeah, it'd be nice if I could turn on ASAS with the tweakables. That would make a lot of things. You're not cheating! I saw you do it. Yeah, listen, yeah, the mech jab thing. Mech jab is an excuse that people use that are terrible. It's like, I'm terrible at Kerbal Space Program, therefore I will complain whenever anybody uses... whenever anybody uses mech jab, it's really kind of terrible and lame. Okay, we're going to go a little higher this time. Harv is not on the KSP TV. Well, actually, no, we have all us streamers have the option of doing KSP TV, but again, it requires scheduling, and I'm absolutely terrible at scheduling, because I have essentially no free time. I've put the Harv spammer to ignore. You know what? I don't care if he's talking about Harv. That's fine. Skype's Harv. Oh, you want to Skype Harv while he's streaming? I don't know if that's going to work, because I can never get these things working. Don't interrupt him. He's recording. Right. That's a good idea. Why not just respect each other's space? Yeah, I know. I'm in Skype with him. All the Kerbal people are pretty much in a Skype channel together, because... we all help each other out. We all try to make the world of Kerbal a better place by collaborating. Rome was not built on its own. Okay, you haven't used MechJab. Whoopie-doo! Sometimes MechJab just alleviates some boredom, especially since, I have enough fuel on one of my spacecraft that I'm using in my interstellar mission to travel... to fire its ion thrusters for something like 12 hours. Yes, Harv is an amazing person. I like it. Yes, we have successfully made it into orbit. There we go. Okay. So now, yes, we have made this thing go into orbit using the spacebar only.
Okay.
Yay. Yeah, I was actually offered to fly to Mexico, but well, it was going to be in the same day as Sky's birthday, so I didn't. Grizzly Adams did have a beard. Okay, now we're going to try building Marvel. No, they're both great. Actually, to be honest, I'm a Dark Horse fan myself. I was a fan of Dark Horse comics for a long time.
I think I like DC more.
You like DC more, huh? Why?
Batwoman.
Batwoman?
Mhm.
Oh, shoot. That's not what I wanted to do.
Or Batgirl.
or Batgirl. Ah, come on! There we go. Let's try it.
The same.
Ah, come on. Let's try this. Nope. This. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna try doing this a different way now. Let's try doing this with, what I want to try doing is launching at an angle this time. So we're gonna use, like, the launch clamps to hold it in place. There we go. And now no, that's not the way to do it. There we go. That's actually probably going to go the wrong way. Ah, shoot. That's going to go one way. Let's see what happens if this goes like that, right? We're going to have stage after stage after stage and see if it will naturally arc over in the direction we intended. Ready? Easy. Oh, easy orbiter. I destroyed my easy orbiter. Never mind. I'm using Kerbal. You right-click on the objects waddle with Kerbal Space Program 0.23. This is a tweakable that was added. Batman's great. They're all good. I mean, you know, most heroes are pretty neat to have around. Okay, and so now there's going to be no SAS used. Here we go. Let's see how this flies. And it's going to arc over slowly. This is our plan. It is going to start to move sideways, and hopefully, when it gets up to the right altitude, we will actually get into orbit. We might actually have too much thrust. This will probably escape the Kerbal system completely, right? Look at all that trash there. That was part of my KerbalCon plan. You see that? If you remember the spacecraft or the airplane without any windows, I don't know why you get constant freezes on mine. It might be that you just don't have the bandwidth. This is a 2 megabit stream. Okay, look, this is going over very, very quickly. This may not actually make it into orbit, but we'll find out, won't we? Oh dear. Not good, not good, not good, not good, not good. I think I need more thrust, to be honest. Yeah, this is not going to work, is it? Oh well. So much for that. Sky, that's very annoying. Yeah, okay, so this isn't going to work. That was a 5-degree thing. Okay, so let's revert flight to vehicle assembly. So we need more thrust here, right? So how can we do this? You know, actually, if I put more wings on it, maybe that will keep it straighter. Oh, except that what I need to do... Nope. There, okay. So let's try putting more wings and seeing if that holds the nose up. Right there. So that might keep it straighter. Now hold this again. Nope. Here we go. Ready for the second go? Launch. Better TTTV Twitch. Oh, there's a way to remove Twitch lag. I was very disappointed by the way Twitch added more lag to their system. Because that was really the one thing that was distinguishing it between this and YouTube. Oh wow, it's going straight up. Why is it doing that? No, I don't want to go that way. Where are you going? Okay, it's now going to go against the rotation of the planet. Ah, crap. I must have accidentally clicked on my thing. So has anybody been watching the Starflight playthrough? Does anybody... Because Starflight is one of my favourite games, and I really wanted to play through it. And I know not everybody is going to care about it, but damn it, I'm going to play it, because I think it's an important game for people. Okay, I don't think this is going to work. Apparently... Okay, maybe I should just revert flight to launch again. If I'm going to receive a cease and desist... I don't think North Korea bothers about cease and desists. Okay, let's hold still. So it's going to wobble back and forth. Let's let it settle down first, right? Ready? Go! Let's see how this works. Ooh, it looks awesome. And look, it's still straightening out. Why is it straightening out? That makes no sense. As long as it doesn't... I don't know what it's going to do. As long as it's slightly off-center, I don't mind, right? Because the gravity turn will develop on its own. So it is slightly off-center, that's fine. Sky, can you keep the balloon away from the microphone? Yes, Starflight is a great game, and the reason I wanted to do it was because it had... because it has all these aliens that I can voice with silly voices, and you know I like silly voices. Silly voices are, you know, they're entertaining. Oh, there's Sky making more noise. So here's the thing, I'm actually turning back to cans, right? Cans are more efficient. There's many reasons to like cans. Originally, there was problems with flavoring and stuff like that, but most of those problems have essentially been addressed by new technology. Isn't technology great? I happen to like technology. Hold on, I gotta bring this back here so I can see what's going. Do I have helium? No, I do not have helium. I should give this SRB a voice. What should this SRB be saying? No, I'm going! I'm free! Free! Look at me! Hear the exhaust from my engines, powering me into space. I am the SRB. My name is Sarbanes Roger Bannister, and I am taking you into the orbits faster and faster than anything in this planet. Well, I like the new particles, I would say. New particle system is supposedly scriptable, and I would really like to see it actually use something scriptable. Okay, we're gonna peak out at about 62 kilometers, so I'm hoping this thing arcs over towards the horizon. If not, I'm gonna be in trouble. So I'm watching this. I'm gonna wait for this to hit the what do you call it? Hit the horizon. Technology, except for the ones where they mess around, are foods and medicine adult. Well, medicine has plenty of artificial stuff because, well, artificial stuff is more or less what makes us Osama bin SRB. Yes, that's a funny one. You know, this might actually work, except I bet you have too much fuel in this. And I can't change the thrust on this. That's great. Look, it is actually, this is going to come down towards the horizon, and it might just be... might just work. What is my opinion on downloading YouTube videos to watch later? So here's the problem. I'm going to thrust and I'm going to end up inside the atmosphere. So there's essentially no... there's no way for me to lift my periaps out of the atmosphere, even if I burn here. But maybe if I wait just a moment... it will work. Okay, I'm going to wait until I just hit the horizon. And that will take a moment. And then I will fire the engine. Are we ready? I'm going to let it point a little downwards. Because that should actually raise my periaps, believe it or not. Here we are! Firing our engines. Hopefully pushing ourselves into some sort of orbit which is sane. Actually, no, it's probably going to kill us. Because we're going to end up with a periaps inside the atmosphere. Either that or we're going to escape to infinity. Neither of which really works too well. Oh, you just picked up Kerbal Space Program. You want to build a space station? You know what? Stereotype, I would go to Minmus first. Okay, there we go. Wow, our orbit speed is like 5 kilometers per second. And there we go. Wait, I wonder where this is going to go, actually. It's going to end up in... Wow, this is like going all the way out to Joule. That's not bad, actually. Although, it is burning way through the atmosphere, so it might actually kill its horizontal velocity. Yes, I know, Sky's playing with her balloon. There we go. We're skipping out of the atmosphere and then heading off before we head off to infinity. Yes, Sky has a lot of swag. I love building stations and probes. You know, the thing with the stations is they end up just getting huger and huger and huger, and then eventually your frame rate goes to garbage. That's us. Okay, so that wasn't such a good idea. Next, let's go back to the Space Center. What we're going to do... You haven't seen your vids in a while, especially the streams. Well, thank you. So... has helped a great channel for going... Yes. Yeah, Minmus is what I recommend everyone goes to first, because it is far easier in many ways. So I think what I'm going to do here is actually put a bunch of these on backwards. That was a brilliant idea, right? Uh-oh. What is that?
That was a balloon.
Yeah, that was a balloon. Okay, so I'm going to put a bunch of these rockets on to make it fly backwards. There we go. So these will be extra stages off the top. We can kill our velocity a little with these. Oh, actually, this should be here. This should go down here. And this should go down here. Maybe this will let us do it. Okay. Save. We're going to launch. You would... I think my favourite mods are the ones that make it harder right now. I really like Ferrum Aerospace. I really like TAC. So I like Thunder Aerospace life support. Any life support mod, truthfully. Okay, that's a revert flight. Revert to vehicle assembly. I gotta fix this. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. I also like remote tech because it makes it harder. There we go. Save, launch. So anything that makes it harder also makes it harder to get science and means that you actually have to play it. I would really like the psychotic Kerbal mod that makes them go nuts if you keep them in a capsule for too long. Deadly Reentry is another good one. Yeah, okay, let's see if this works. Are we ready? Gonna let it wobble a little because it's gonna wobble back and forth. Let's see where it goes. Okay, this may not work as well as I anticipated, but we'll see. Okay, so the realism I want in Kerbal Space Program is really entirely down to whether it adds gameplay. And I think right now adding life support means that it makes it hard for you to send manned missions to other planets. So, it adds a new thing to consider, which basically adds gameplay. It means it takes longer to unlock the science tree. I like remote tech for the same reason. I like Deadly Reentry for the same reason. So I think those are all great mods to have. I succeed Jakey Poo. I made it into orbit, and then I accidentally sent a spacecraft to Joule. Oh, I'm not going to revert this. I'm going to let it fall to Earth or flutter back to Kerbin in horrible, scary style. Maybe we should actually time accelerate so that we're not looking at this thing in the dark. Oh, there we go. Well, so much for that. Yeah, this is gonna end pretty horribly. Let's time warp. Into the ocean. Actually, you know what I could do? Hold on. Let's see if I can land this in the ocean. Okay, so we need to decouple. And now I need to move these downwards. Here. And here. Okay, come on. Okay, this thing is riding on my butt. This is not a problem. This thing is going to cause me to crash. I kind of want to see if I can fire the engines and make it land safely, but that's not going to work. It's heading downwards. And if I fire the engines at the right time, it might just slow us down. Maybe actually if I fire the engines now, I will flip this up. Yeah, that's not doing very much, is it? If it wasn't for this giant thing hanging on my backside, I would be better. Look, okay. Yeah, I'm totally stuck. This thing is like totally on my tail and I don't have the torque to do anything about it. Ah! Crash. Okay. Let's revert to launch. Oh, come on. No, seriously, you guys... I'm not something amazing. I'm just a dude playing games, and I'm glad that you guys want to watch me. It's cool if you don't, want to do something else, if you miss stuff. Whatever. It's awesome. Okay. There, try that now. Ah, now we're wobbling back the other way again. Okay, and we're wobbling over in the other direction. But hopefully not too much. Hopefully we will actually... Okay, it looks like we're actually going to head towards a polar orbit. And I guess I can put the camera this way so we can see this thing more easily. I'm not a legend on YouTube. Listen, there's like 4,000 people that are more popular than me on YouTube. And I would love to be more popular, but I understand that I don't make enough jokes about, surprise butt sex to really make... to be as popular as, say, PewDiePie, right? And I don't want to be that because, he's got his audience and I've got my audience. And I want people that actually like talking about science and nerdy things and stuff like that, right? Yeah, the Astrono Gamer name I thought was a cool idea, but really nobody liked it. There's only 4,000 people more popular than me. I think. I don't know. I haven't checked. I think there's a website that tracks this stuff. Does anybody know the website that tracks like YouTube popularity? Because I don't. Okay, this is not working either. No, not working at all. Oh dear. Yes. Bye-bye. Okay, let's revert to launch again. This is the problem. Fart science, anyway. Well, okay, you prefer smaller channels. At what point do I cross from being a small channel to a big channel? You know? I just honestly like the channels where they're not too concerned about being huge YouTube superstars. Like, I seriously have an issue with guys who think that their most important thing in their life is to become a star on YouTube, because YouTube will not make you enough money to have a comfortable life, right? Even if you're, okay, maybe if you're up at PewDiePie level, but 99% of people aren't. I make way less money from YouTube than I do from my day job. And really, that's the way it should be. I don't think that you should be aiming to make a career. Great if you can, but do not pin all your hopes of having a happy life on being a star on YouTube, because it is not something that you should be aspiring to, and you should certainly not be freaking out if you do not make the money that you want. If you're not popular enough, you will just feel sad the whole time, because it is very hard to get into that top 1%. Just look at all your friends and think, you know, there's a 1% chance that you will be able to make a living off of YouTube. Okay, now I'm going to go back. Revert flight to launch one more time. Star one day and nobody the next. That's exactly the thing. Like, at some point, I'm probably going to plateau, and I think I'm plateauing right now. I don't think I'm getting to get any more popular. It'd be nice to get 200,000, especially since my birthday is tomorrow. Not tomorrow, is Tuesday, right? So, it would be nice, but I'm not going to pin my hopes on it. 25 subs and I'm glad. YouTube is Yogscast's job, and those are great guys, you know, they are other awesome people, and I'm so happy for them. There are some people who are popular, and I don't get why, and some people that are just, you know, dicks that don't deserve to be popular, so I don't want that to happen. Okay, and I think I'm, again, coming over far too fast. Okay, let's revert again. Oh, wait, my thing is running really slowly now. What's up with this? Revert to launch. This is a problem. I have 50 and I only make one video a month. That's the thing. Making videos every day is actually pretty hard work. Okay, wait for the thing to wobble, and I'm gonna... I think I messed it up again. You know what, actually? What I could do... Nah, never mind. What did I want to be job-wise when I was a kid? I wanted to be like a... I can't remember, I just wanted to be a scientist, I think. And I failed terribly, because I started studying science and then did my... You know, went to do a PhD and then dropped out of my PhD. And ended up being a computer programmer because I got offered a ridiculous amount of money to do so. And that's why I'm out in California rather than back in Scotland. Yeah, well, the thing about live streaming is you kind of have to think on your feet. Ah, come on! And I don't think I have the personality to continuously talk. You know, actually, one of the things that somebody bought me for Christmas was this Insults and Comebacks book. There's some great ones. Like, actually, a unibrow was never in fashion. Your biological clock has stopped ticking. The sell-by date on your eggs is about to expire. Oh dear, how terribly. You know, baggage is one thing, but steamer trunks, that's something completely different. When something happens to you over and over again, what do you think is the common denominator? Oh, turn around, Scott. Yes, never mind. Okay. Yes. This thing is not working. I wonder if I can land this in the ocean having fired all the engines. What do you think? Somehow I ended up with one video that was somewhat more popular on YouTube with 772,000 views. That's a lot of views, sir! Okay, this... Do you think I'll be able to kill the velocity using my retro rockets? I love these things flying around. We're descending towards the surface at... Oh, Mach 1. Look at the effects on this thing. Now I think I'll be able to stop this. Okay, fire one set of retro rockets to slow me down. Hey! Oh, look, I'm actually going backwards. That's great. Sky, what are you doing back there? I'm hearing some giggling. And I think Sky really likes that balloon. I'm going to try landing this thing in the ocean. Do you think that's going to work? Who thinks that this is going to work? With 8 of these, I'm going to have some quite ridiculous deceleration. I have a video where I did over 2,000 science on my very first mission. Sky, hold on. What? Okay, that didn't work either. This is a no-input challenge, yes. I'm trying to get... Why is it 10 frames per second? I don't get it. There's something taking... You know what, let me just check my CPU. Hold on. Task Manager. I gotta bring up the Task Manager. What is taking on my CPU? It says FFmpeg and KSP. Like, okay, that's great. That's what should be taking my CPU. I don't know why everything is taking all my frame rate. It's very frustrating. This is... Fraps is not doing that. That's Bandicam. I don't know why. I think it's my streaming code that's doing it. Okay, let's try this one more time. Oh, look! This is right, because I'm starting to arc up a little. That's a good start. That's a good start. This one might just work. I don't know why the camera is so slow. Does OBS actually have a game hook now? Because previously they didn't. Previously they only had screen scraping, and they had a whole bunch of other bugs. If they actually have a DirectX game hook, that would be great. Oh, pardon me. I'm actually using FFmpeg because I really liked its way for the way I could actually put all the parts together. Its compositor was far superior to Open Broadcaster for a long time, but I haven't looked at Open Broadcaster recently. Maybe it has improved and fixed a number of the bugs. Also, yeah, buggy as hell. Had bugs everywhere and would crash all the time. And that's why I didn't use Open Broadcaster. Regardless, you know, they both use FFmpeg as their core engine, so... maybe... Yeah, I think I might have to stop the screen